Hello. Big up. What the hell did we see this morning? But hey, how you doing? I really didn't know how to start out this show other than to say, Chewy's here. I'm here. You're here. What else do we need? Maybe a Tottenham Hotspur win. But we didn't get that today. How are you doing? Welcome in. Episode number 101. How's everybody feeling? Got the hood up. I've got the robe of defeat on. If you know, you know. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 2. And wow. Just look, a lot of things to talk about. Really, truly a lot to talk about. There's some good things to take away from this. There's some really not good things to take away from this. 3 L's on the bounce. That is the life we're living at this juncture right now. But hey, I hope outside of Tottenham Hotspur, your life, you're feeling too blessed to be stressed, because right now it's tough. It's tough, but you know what? We will get through it. I just finished a great stream over on It's LB, so big shout out to It's LB and the channel over there. Big up yourself right now. Thank you for having me on. I was also on Egal Talks Football earlier as well. Look, I've made a couple appearances, but now I'm here, and I'm going to be very direct and honest about my feelings. But look, hey, Giovanni Lo Celso, he opened his scoring campaign. This is a player in which I've not had much confidence for or going forward. We'll talk about it. Obviously, there are some things bigger than football, so to speak. So real quick off the top, do want to say RIP to Terry Venables. The last Tottenham Hotspur manager actually to win the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So RIP to El Tel. You know, you start the day off with some sad news, and the day just keeps getting sadder and sadder. I don't even think sadder is a word, but you know what? It's part of the process. It's absolutely 100% part of the process. But you know what I don't think is really fair? Some of the grief that I've been seeing going around for ANGE POSTECOGLOU. Look, it is okay to critique him. It is absolutely okay to critique the man. You have 3 losses in a row. Questions need to be asked. But to see some of the rumblings of ANGE out already at this juncture, what are we doing, folks? Well, we'll see. But do partake in the poll. Do partake in the poll. Let me know your thoughts. 35% saying it is what it is. There's too many injuries. The question of the day is, what is your vibe today after that loss to Villa? Look, it wasn't great. The hood's coming off. It wasn't great. I don't know if they're immaculate for you yet or not, but I hope they are. The vibes right now, seems like it is what it is. I don't like what I saw today. But you know what I do like is that I see some of y'all in the chat already. Let me say hello. I got obviously the stuff that I've bookmarked. We're going to talk about that. We'll look at the match in general and just kind of, reflect. But real quick, off the top of my head, I could say we should have been up 3 or 4-0 in the first half. We are not clinical. We do not finish our chances. We created some chances, but we did not finish any of those chances. And I don't know what we're doing. But alas, we move. Teabag, big up. First place prize goes to you. Says, I'm not blaming ANGE with this loss today. We played very good. The players we have are just not good enough. We had 2 penalty shouts that VAR didn't check and multiple offsides. Look, I was listening to the broadcast, and they did say in the first, 10 minutes or so, VAR was down. They didn't have they had communication, but they didn't have pictures. They didn't have the images going into VAR in the first bit there. Brian Hill took an elbow to the face. That was violent, to say the least. But hey, it is what it is, Don't need VAR to bail us out. You shouldn't navigate in a sense that way, but hey, we move. Drunk Vigo's here, likely to feed off of the tears. Says, g'day, mate. Hopefully we don't make it 4 L's in a row. Joe Hong's here. Big up Joe Hong. Big up Jacob and Chewy. Big up Peeps. Chewy is here. We lost, so I forced this dog out here. Don't you worry. Futility 1912. Big up Jacob. Woke up 10 minutes late for the Villa game and was shocked by how the team was playing. I watched Manchester City versus Liverpool, and there was no contest. Spurs were playing the closest to in-game ANGE ball. Futility, I thought the first half we were looking absolutely fantastic. Came again, just not clinical, man. We were creating, we were getting into positions, and we just, Heung-min Son had a hat trick of offside goals. Like, oh man, Darren Wimbledon, big up. First place prize for YouTube chat member goes to you. Says, evening all, loved watching the team play today. Big up Darren Wimbledon. Like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. Look, these are the symptoms of the bigger problem that we knew we had here at the club, quite frankly. And we're starting to see those things manifest in real time right before our eyes. And we're seeing it live and direct. It's not great. It's not great. We'll get through it together. Trust me. You may go somewhere else and they may sell you something else, but hey, the world does not stop based on one loss. We keep going. We have to. We absolutely have to. Big up Rich. Says, people blaming the players, but the front three is a concern. Couldn't finish their chances, and it's two recent signings, Kulu and Brennan Johnson, and Son. Son finished his chances. He was just offside, most of them, unfortunately. Kulu, that was tough. Kulu, what the hell? It within the first 60 seconds as well. Aston Villa almost went down and scored. The game was, look, I got two notes here. Kulu hit the post within 5 minutes. Bryan Gil had a shot straight at the keeper in 7 minutes. And then also, mentally, I remember in the first 60 seconds of that match as well, Aston Villa had a chance to go and get a goal. Look, they're a good side. They're top four now. They were in fifth place before the match. They're a good side. By no stretch of the imagination are they bad, but they were not great today. They were absolutely there for the grabbies. We just didn't grab. We tried. We got in position to grab, but we failed to really grasp a few times. So big up Rich. Big up Asian Reds TV. I made you a mod so you can always, that way, you know, anytime you want, you just drop your channel link in the chat. Promote yourself, my friend. Great channel over there. Go subscribe to Asian Reds. Got a great crew over there bringing you good content for the Liverpool folk. If you are Liverpool fans, go check them out. Futility says, after Bentancur was the victim of an attempted homicide, we lost our quarterback. But props to the French players who were moving the ball quickly and making progressive passes much more than previous games. Again, the first half, I liked a lot of what I saw. We'll look at the 11. We'll break down the 11. Let me adjust this camera real quick, because I think it keeps like focusing on my background and not on me, and I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry. Big up Futility. Big up Cursor in the house. Like secured. Big up Jacob. Big up Cursor. Big up Chelsea Blue and Blue. Smash the likes. There's LB. Big up It's LB. Good to see you in the house as always. Appreciates the intro. Hey, appreciate you appreciating the intro. I'll drink to that, my friend. Yes, yes. The season is over for both of us, bro. Cursor, we are in the infant stages of a new project. So there's going to be growing pains. Don't worry. Yeah, don't feel blue. I don't feel too blue. A little blue, but not too much blue. Just a little blue. Padawan Jacob in the robe. It keeps me comfy. You know what I mean? It is. Wait, gotta move the mic. There you go. See, it is my my safe place. We lose. I like to be nice. I like to be nice and cozy. You know, you can't hurt me when I'm in my robe. Tottenham. 4 L's in a row incoming next week. Asian Reds, I will say this as well. I hope everyone keeps overlooking it. I hope everyone thinks, oh, it's just going to be another walk in the park. If anyone's writing a script, listen to me now. The best way to throw this whole season, just keep throwing, you know, sticks in the spokes, so to speak. If you're on a bike, you put a stick in the spokes and makes you fall over. Look, I'm struggling here. But if there's a reason, if there's any hope of silliness in the sport, the unthinkable happening, Tottenham Hotspur get 3 points away at City. Look, I'm not writing it that way. I'm just saying it's not impossible. Just like us winning the league was not impossible. It was not very probable. Just like going away to City, it's not very probable we're going to go there and win. I understand that. And I'm not saying we will. I'm just saying, as long as it's not 100%, you can't tell me final what's going to happen. But hey, it may be a draw. You never know. Maybe not 4 L's. I've said often that I really hope And I really feel that ANGE POSTECOGLOU would not allow us to get to 4 L's. And I felt like Aston Villa was the best choice at us going and stopping that. At least getting the draw. I predicted a win yesterday. I was feeling the hype of game day soon approaching, and I predicted the dub. But we did not. We did not. That was the L, third L in a row. But we moved. We just got to keep working. I did say on your last stream, Ollie Watkins will pull one past you guys. Says Cursor. It was we just again the same players continually having moments of letting us down. Both goals today. Just watch Ben Davies. Just watch Ben Davies. I'm not blaming it all on Ben Davies. It's not Ben Davies' fault that we created a shit ton of chances. What was it, 15, 16, something? I don't even have the numbers in front of me. But we created a lot of chances, and it's not Ben Davies' fault that we did not put those in the back of the net. It's not Ben Davies' fault that Kulusevski hit the post twice or once and then was wide the next. I don't know. But look, we'll talk about it. Big up Ravi in the house. Cursor says off topic, but Garnacho scored goal of the season. That's probably going to be goal of the season legitimately. An amazing goal. Watched it live. Wow. Didn't make me feel better, though. Did not make me feel better. Big upside dancer. How you doing? Big Ange has not been exposed. I have a bunch of quotes as to why he has not been exposed. I have a bunch of quotes to prove that why you were wrong. And all this, look, people have been building all this up, right? That Ange is this media whore, the media darling. Everyone wants to be so nice to Ange. The man won 3 managers of the month in a row. They're putting respect on his name. Now, I know rivals don't want to do that, especially when it comes to someone at Tottenham Hotspur, let alone, g'day, mate. I understand they don't want to do that. But he hasn't been exposed. He's getting his feet wet. He's in the pool, baby. He's swimming. He's out here. We'll be all right. Smash the likes, people. Come on now. Hit them likes up. Renzo Scalvo says, is Bentancur okay? No. It's his ankle. At least it's not his knee. But they all say, in yoga that the body is all one piece. So it's all connected. But yeah, if you watch the replay back, you see his ankle get kind of nasty turned underneath Matty Cash. I have some photos of it. We will look at it. But obviously, if there's any breaking news in regards to Bentancur and his outlook, let me know in the chat. Please do. Ange out is absolute madness. Big up, Rich. Glad to see you're on the composed side of this. Glad to see you on the composed side. Ravi says, Jacob, why do Spurs show some good form in games? Then as it goes on, they switch off like a PS5 from Wish. What I would say to that, Ravi, is we show good form. I equated us to about 15 minutes FC versus a few squads. 15-minute FC because we would do well. We were like that for Chelsea. We were like that for Wolves. And then we just kind of fell off. I thought today it wasn't 15 minutes. It was at least the first half. The second half, I thought we were creating chance after chance after chance. And we just, at the end of the day, it's the fine margins that separate the weak from the obsolete. It's hard to creep these Brooklyn streets, rather. But look, without quoting Notorious B.I.G. too much, I'm going to try and just surmise everything throughout the entirety of this program. Big up LFC Aaron. Hit me with a $4.99 super chat. Big up, buddy. I am behind in the chat, but I do like to try and say hello to everybody who does tap in with me. LFC Aaron, obviously, hello. Good to see you. Big supporter of all the channels and myself here, even as a Liverpool fan. So big up. Good to see you here. And I was just about to actually run up on your comment saying evening, Jacob, mate. But big up LFC Aaron. I don't know if you were watching that show Hassam did. He absolutely got me. He bamboozled me. He got me. He was ahead in the match. He was ahead, and so he was sending me voice notes, and I was ignoring him because I was like, he sent me a voice note, then Aston Villa equalized, and I was like, clearly he's like 45 seconds, a minute ahead, so I'm just gonna stop looking at my phone. Well, I ended up looking at my phone because he's like, why are you dodging me? So I look at my phone. And I tell him why I'm not looking at my phone like an idiot. I told him why. And then he goes, oh, well, just like I brought you bad news, I brought you good news. You guys equalized. Congrats. And the way he said it, his tone was like was like he was defeated. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I'm like, who scored? You know, I'm watching. I'm waiting to see who scored. He's like, oh, it's Youngmin Son, of course. I should have known when he said it's Youngmin Son. I should have fucking known. That's my fault. He got me. He did get me. Let's see, where was I? But big up, LFC Aaron. Appreciate the first super chat of the day. The monetary donation to the channel does not go unappreciated. But big up. Let me go ahead and heart that on the YouTube side. Big up. I'm glad you're smiling, Bayesian Reds. Big up, Tony Bones. Says big up, Jacob. Big up, how you doing? We just weren't clinical enough. End of story. Yeah. I thought Davies was like, he held up okay until moments. And if you're relying on Ben Davies to be perfect for 90 minutes, that's where you fucked up, to be quite frankly. Novagen says that hippie Paul sold us a dummy. No, he didn't. I don't think he did. Shout out Hotspur hippie, Paul Beatty, my guy. Jacob, I stand by it. Never get short hair. You will odd. Not a good look. I guess that means I'm ugly and I gotta hide myself with the hair. But hey, let's not a good look. Okay, well, hey, I'll take that on board. They'll probably wait for Bentancur's injury to settle down and do a scan tomorrow. Good point there, Captain Grandma. Big up, Captain Grandma. Tony Bones says, we needed someone with your FIFA finishing skills today. You would have scored a hat trick. Hey, big up to everyone who did tune into that. That was a lot of fun last night. EAFC with TJ Warren, Sarcasm City TV, Winter Surfer. It was a lot of fun. Novagen says, sorry, but Ange Ball is a futile project, one-dimensional and unsustainable. Ange is a below-average rude gullet, if you ask me. What I would say to this is jumping to a conclusion or an assumption about a man based off of 13 matches is a little premature, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I think that, look, historically, Ange Postecoglou, over his career, goes into a club, changes things, slowly starts integrating his philosophy, his type of players, his mentality, and then what does he do? He wins. We're at the part where he's still gutting out players. We are at the point, our bench had 2 goalkeepers, and we had an empty spot on the bench. We couldn't even fill out a complete fucking roster. The fact that we even went out there and we should have won is a testament to how Ange Postecoglou set us up. I think Ange Postecoglou, without him, we would have been lucky to get out of there 0-1 and with a loss. We at least gave it a go, gave it a try. There was a lot of excitement and entertainment. I thought there was players that I've bagged and dogged on that actually did something good. So I disagree with you, Novagen. You're allowed to have your opinion here. Don't worry about that. I think it's a futile project if the club doesn't continue to back and to continue to put in the effort, the money, the work. But look, I have hope. I have hope. I don't know that it's going to happen, though. I don't know. But I have hope that with Johan Lange, Scott Munn, more chefs in the kitchen, we're going to be able to actually cook something without the damn building manager in the kitchen. You know, a building manager don't know how to cook. He's just there to manage the building. I think if we back Ange properly and give him what he needs to work with, and we have an actual like 20-man roster of Ainge players, then I will start to say what I think about Ainge and his system, because then I've gotten a good sample size. I feel like he's gotten a good foundation to work off of. So I disagree, Novagen. Big up LFC Aaron. Futility says the intro is your ringtone. Hey, big up. I don't know how you did that, but big up. Yeah, Rich, I do agree the players could not keep up. Did y'all see? I was like, come on, Brendan Johnson. He seemed like he was falling off there in the 70, 80th minute. It was actually kind of sad. I just like how nothing gets you down, Jay. You know how to flip it and make things work for the better. Hey, life's hard enough. Why would I want y'all to tune in here and make your life harder? Fuck that. I almost felt sorry for you earlier, Jacob. Hassam is a yeah, he's a bastard. He is a bastard. Shout out Hassam what this is for. He got me, the bastard. He got me. Mick Dundee says Spurs should have been out of sight at halftime. They made Villa look ordinary early on. If you don't finish, you get punished. But some of that football was sublime. Big up, Mick Dundee. I absolutely agree with this comment. Herbal says, that Kulu chance on the post was harder to miss than it was for him to score. The fact Spurs didn't manage to win today is mad. Bro had a great move, beat the keeper, oodles of space, just put it in the net. Just put it in the net. Mike Doss is here. Big up Mike Doss. It's okay, Jacob. There's always next. Thank you, Mike Doss. Thank you for that. Appreciate that very much. Okay, there we go. Drunk Vigo, that's a AO. That is a definite AO moment. LFC Aaron says, breaking the fourth wall. All banter, mate. I wish your channel thousands more subscribers. Big up, LFC Aaron. Appreciate the love. You did super chat as well, and you're wishing well for the channel, so big up for that. We are now 12 subscribers away from 3K, and we were about 14 subscribers this morning. So big up to the 2 people who subscribed today. We are on the road to 3K, so big up for that. I guarantee Pep's not laughing. Deep down, he knows about Spurs. This may be different. This may be because in years past, the Tottenham, we would set up and we would say, come on, City, bring it at us. And then we attack them on the counter. And because we got enough quality, we could kind of eke it out. I think this is going to be different. We don't play like that anymore. I think we're going to go at them. They're going to go at us. And they're going to have a bunch of chances. We're going to have some chances. But at the end of the day, I think they got too much for us. I do. But Ange is a magician, so hopefully he can do something. Hey, big up Asian Reds. Hit me with a big old dono today. $27.99 Canadian. Says, here's one for you, my brother. Love bantering your club. All in good fun. If you don't get squad depth this season, will be painful. Project will end up being successful. Spurs right now doing Spursy things. Great channel. Big up Asian Reds. Great channel over there. Make sure you put your channel link in the chat, and make sure you go tell people to subscribe. Go subscribe to those guys over there. Got a great crew, great guys. I do appreciate this very generous super chat, my friend. It does make me feel better. You know what? Sometimes they say you can't rub sugar on a wound to make it feel better, but you know what? You put some sugar on the wound today, and you made me feel better. So big ups to that. I appreciate you. And also appreciate that one person who just subscribed, therefore making us 11 away from 3K. So big up Bayesian Reds for the donut to the channel. I do appreciate that. Very generous of you. It does mean a lot. Again, I will thank all the super chatters at the end. I like to especially thank you when it comes in, and then also before I leave the show, I also want to say thank you because, look, I don't take anything in this life for granted. Just like being top of the league on my birthday, I didn't take it for granted. I fucking enjoyed it. I felt great throughout it. Now we're at a point where things are different. But I've enjoyed the banter. I think PGMOL have helped, I would say, ignite or maybe spark a little bit of banter between two clubs, between Liverpool and Spurs. And I would also say Hassam was a major proprietor of that as well. He was rattling a lot of the Spurs fan base. But you know what? We still got the win over Liverpool. At the end of the day, we still got that 3 points over Liverpool, even though if you don't agree with it or not. But hey, I'm not here to talk about this or that or the other. But thank you again so much, Asian Reds, for the big donation here to the channel. It does mean a lot to me, my friend. Thank you for that. David Calvino's in the house. Says, big up Jacob. My next game is West Ham. Didn't realize how big a game it would be. No pressure on Ainge at City. But if we lose to the Irons, the Boo Boys will start ruffling their feathers. The Boo Boys. That's a very interesting way to refer to them. Big up Asian Reds. The link is in the chat. It is right there. You just click it. Subscribe. Support fucking content creators that are good people. Like, even if you're not a Liverpool fan per se, I still always say go support content creators because, number one, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment. They take time away from their lives, their wives, their significant others, their family, whatever it may be, their friends. We take time away from that to create something for you that's for free. And what is for free for y'all is you can just hit a subscribe, and it does wonders for them. It does wonders for me. Hitting a like does wonders. So every content creator, if they're a good person, that's my only stipulation. I don't care who you support, because you could be a really good person and just, support the wrong club. That's okay. So big up David Calvino. Have a good time at the Irons as well. Definitely have a good time at the match. Look, I think that match will be there's going to be some different things going on. Romero will be back. Basuma should be there. Sarr might be back. I know still no Van de Veen, no Madison, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to have to keep rolling with those punches. But for the punches coming up against the Irons, I think that's something that we could actually handle pretty well. or that we should be able to anyway. Big up Adrian Shrokus. Says good evening all. Adrian, let me know what you thought about the match there, buddy. Curious what your thoughts are. What's funny is that you did everything in your power to lose the game. You missed every 2v1 opportunity. Hitting the post, you should have scored 10. You're cursed. I'm beginning to think we're cursed, man. Ainge has got to break these curses, y'all. Good day, Jacob. How did your celebration go when one of your favorite players scored today? I was so ready to get up. Giovanni, okay, let me take this moment, Caption Grandma, because you've been here and you've been like, give him a chance. Not just you, a few people. But Caption Grandma, I do remember you specifically being like, hey, take it easy on Gio. I remember Zapur as well being like, hey, take it easy on Gio. You know? He's not just a bow-legged buffoon. He can provide some quality. And I saw some fraudulent Twitter accounts, shout out at whoever the fuck, they were talking about Lo Celso always has been and is a good player, if you didn't know. Bro, one game doesn't erase the years of sadness he's brought to me in his position. But what he did do today was he answered, he at least made me not mad at him, which that doesn't amount for shit. I admit that. Like, Giovanni shouldn't care about how some dude in Texas necessarily feels about him. That's my point. But what he did was answer a question about this squad, which is who should fucking start in the midfield. And I think with that goal is going to give him some confidence. He showed some things today, passing, winning the ball back as well. I thought he did a lot of things that I didn't think he would do. So I think he's earned himself a position in that starting midfield for now while we still sort out these injuries. So I think he did do that. I'm happy for the guy. If he would have scored a hat trick, I probably would have said, all hail Giovanni Lo Celso. What a fool I am. But let me see this for 10 games, Gio. Let's close out the year with you playing like this for the rest of those matches. And then I'm going to make you an apology video, Giovanni Lo Celso. But hey, long may it continue. So Captain Grandma, I always say with these players, I want them to prove me wrong. I hope he goes on to prove me wrong. I hope he does. Do I think he will? No. That's why I feel the way I feel. Same thing with Bryan Gil. I think this is a good moment as well. I could talk about Bryan Gil for a second. He was impressive. I thought with the ball, he was dribbling well. I thought finishing was kind of shit. He shot right at the keeper. Great first touch, though. I mean, I've seen plenty of people out, Brennan Johnson, skying a chance. I've seen Kulu skying a chance. So the fact that he came in and his first shot that he took was on target, okay. Had some nice dribbles. Got fouled a bunch. He was very active. Didn't stop running. A lot to like from what I saw from Bryan Gil. Excuse me. A lot of things that I saw from Bryan Gil that I welcome, and I hope he continues to improve. A little weak on the ball, like physicality wise, but it was a physical game. Fuck Matty Cash, by the way. Big up Nita. How you doing, Nita? Says good morning, good day, or evening. Disappointing, but always Tottenham till I die. Just need to learn more about membership stickers, patron. Chat is always good. Don't do it if I don't understand. I will get Tottenham. So, hey, big up Nita. Always appreciate you here. You are here every single day supporting the channel, supporting myself, and supporting everything we're doing. And most of all, importantly, supporting Tottenham Hotspur. So big up Nita every single time for your unwavering support. You are a member, so I don't think you have to worry about membership, but there's like the super chat button, which is just like a little money symbol there in the chat, but you don't have to worry about that, Nita. You're here, you hit a like, you're always here, so that's more monetary value. Look, I'm getting warm. I'm taking off the damn robe, okay? The robe is coming off. I'm getting warm in this room. The fan's not on high. Drunk Vigo. Get out of here, Drunk Vigo. Don't you got somewhere to be? Jacob is the bump in the road that Spurs don't have any players currently, or is that a myth? It is not a myth. It is very, very true. 3 undeserved and meaningless manager. Big up, Scott M. A lot of people say they're meaningless, but if their manager wins it, then it's not meaningless. It's interesting how things get Missy Elliott flipped in reverse like that. But like, subscribe. Big up, Oscar MM over on the Twitch. Big up, Oscar. Says hello. Hello, Oscar. Floating device nearly deflated, Jacob. Y'all, hey, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it while we're down because we won't be forever. The revenge will be sweet. I'll say that much. Ainge out. It should be Levy out. Big up. Hey, big up LC for the Aaron for that super chat again. Ronnie, Ainge out. Yeah, it definitely should be Levy out. It's always been Levy out. Let's see what we could do. What level of concern are you at on the panic DEFCON, Jacob? Concern? Not. I mean, like, I would say on the disappointed scale, I'm pretty high up there because I'm disappointed with today and it's still fresh. But as far as the panic, concern, panic, nah. My expectations for the season were to do exactly what we're doing. Let's see some good ball. Let's see some players who can play in the system. Let's see an ethos. Let's see a mindset. Let's see a turning of the page of sorts. I'm starting to see that. Let's see a pathway from the academy to the first team. Starting to see that. So Liverpool 12th man, big up yourself. Not very concerned yet. Not panicking. Just hurting. The result hurts, but I'm not panicking about Tottenham or the project or anything like that. Big up Toxic Headshot. How you doing? Sue B. Hassam is vile. I've seen him doing that to other teams. Look, Hassam, first and foremost, I want to say off air to me is a very good friend to me. He's a very good guy to me. So I don't think he's vile. I think what he does is intentional, and his intent is to rattle people and to really just make you. He got me good this morning, the bastard. I think he's a bastard. And he got me good. He's good at what he does. And hey, salute to him because he can have fan bases on strings and he can play them like a guitar. So big up Hassam, the bastard. Corvo, big up. How you doing? You're probably doing better than I am today, but big up Corvo. Nonetheless, always here showing some support. I almost felt sorry for you, Jacob. It was tough, bro. He got me live on air. I should have known. He was fucking live and he was telling me stuff. And as soon as he said son, I should have known. Whereas Kuva, he needs to hold that. I did not hit up Kuva today, unfortunately, but if Kuva's listening, he can always join. Love Kuva. Tic Tac Football, 55 mil on Brennan Johnson. I hear Spurs fans always bemoaning Levy not investing, but what if you were just chucking money like that? What do you expect? Well, we spent 60 on Richarlison, 55 on Brennan Johnson. I would already say he's showed some things that make me excited for that signing, but today I felt like he left a lot to be desired, if I'm honest. I thought if he was not standing on the opposite side of the box at one point calling for it rather than just playing in the play and the motion of the game, he would have had that tap in at the far post that he was behind on, because if you watch the replay back, I remember him just like, hey, I'm here. And he kind of stood there and then he ran. Whereas if he didn't do that, maybe something different. Look, I don't want to nitpick the kid too much, but 55 is a substantial amount. It's not more than Kai Havertz. But I think he's got qualities as a winger that I do like. I do like him as a winger, and I do like Kulusevski being not a winger. I thought he was great for not being a winger today. He wins the second season. Big up Sue B. We might be back. You are right. If you want my honest opinion, you guys should have been up 4 at halftime. I agree. 3 or 4 minimum. We couldn't finish, man. The mental gymnastics. Drunk Vigo, you're here. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Big up over 75 across all platforms. Make sure you are hitting a like, hitting a subscribe. 12 subs away from 3K. No, 10 subs away from 3K. Big up to everyone who did subscribe thus far. Renzo Scalvo says, besides Porro, Romero, and Bentancur, the rest is Europa League squad. I would say throw Son in there, Madison. I would throw Vicario. I would throw Udogi. I thought Udogi had a good game for what it's worth. Cheeky little basher. He's very good today. We missed him a lot. I thought he had a good game, Udogi. Ainge is a good manager for you. I love Ange Postecoglou. Again, thank you, Bayesian Reds, for the very generous donation to the channel. I do appreciate that, my friend. Big up. And there's the link for Bayesian Reds. Go subscribe right now. I would love to see it if 5, 10 of y'all, 15 of y'all go over there, subscribe. And hit a like on their videos, all that fun stuff. Peter M says, the main advance on last season is that when we lose, it's not because we played badly, but because we were beaten by a good team that had a bit more consistency and luck. Could have gone for us too. Look, I don't even think they were better than us today, Peter. I thought we were a much better side. We just didn't finish. We just kept setting it up, doing a good job at that, and then not being clinical enough. And that is the difference between winning and losing, drawing and losing. But big up Beijing Reds every single time. Big up LFC Aaron. You want to be a mod? You're always supporting the channel. Send the chat in right now so I can see you, so I don't have to scroll in the YouTube side. Send the chat in. I'll do it real quick. Australian Gooner. Spurs will be lucky to get top 8 average players in squad. Big up Australian Gooner. I disagree, but hey, thank you for your prediction. Thank you for being here. Please do hit a like, even if you think I'm total full of shit and hoping and coping and all the rest. But do hit a like. Absolutely goes a long way. Gina, big up Gina. Hope you're doing well out there, South Africa, I believe. Almost didn't make it. Evening Spurs, the loss hurt me, but hat trick of offside of Son was wild. Reminded me of Richie there for a second. On to the next game. Come on, you Spurs. That is absolutely right. Look, on to the next one. That's all we can do. I don't want to sit here and play in the mud for too long. Let's just keep it pushing. Let's keep it moving. Because personally, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Hey, Kuva, he did hear me. Kuva the beast. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Kuva on for a little bit. He's watching in bed, but you know what? Y'all asking. Y'all said, where's Kuva? Someone said, where's Kuva? He needs to hold that. Kuva don't need to do anything. He don't want to. I'll say that much. Big up Jacob. As I told you and your psychedelic Aussie brother, 2 posts, 3 goals waved off, and when the margins are so tight because of injury, suspension, no room for error. All I was saying is give Hill a chance. You did say that, Howie. You and a few other people yesterday specifically said give Hill and CELSO a chance, and they were 2 of our more impressive players on the day. I thought Hill showed me more than Brennan Johnson did. Am I being super biased in saying that? I thought Brian Hill showed me more than Brennan Johnson as a winger. Definitely on the left. I think Brennan Johnson is almost useless on the left. I think on the right is where he's more comfortable. I trust Ange, but I'm tired of seeing Kulusevski play as a fucking winger. I'm tired of seeing Brennan Johnson playing on the left. I know that's what we ended up reverting to, but I'm just kind of tired of seeing that. Let Brian Hill keep playing. Let's see if he could give us the same thing I'm saying from CELSO. Keep doing that. Get a goal or an assist and do that 10 games in a row, and I'll love on you all you want. Adrian says, disappointed to lose to Villa, a game we should have won. Absolutely agree. Nita says, are we in trouble? 10 unbeaten now, lost 3. Expectations and rebuild. We need our team back. We do need our team back. I don't think we're in trouble. I think we are seeing exactly what we knew we would see if our starting 11, that core 8, take any amount of injuries. We knew that this is kind of where it would end up falling. So Emmer Goat is like the dude in the office to do all the shitty reports and smile while doing them. Big up Emmer Goat. Played the right-sided center back better than Eric Dyer. I'll say that much. Big up Ellie. How you doing? Says we played so well, and then that hooligan Matty Cash crashed into my Bentancur and injured him. I officially despise that player. That is now 2. I think even last year, didn't he injure Basuma? I know he did Matt Doherty's knee, like the entire knee. I don't like that guy. He's a bastard. The way we play with 10 players missing makes me believe we're going to be very good once everyone is back. Big up Dry Rose Peanut. That's what I'm saying. Ainge said the same thing. Look, I do have a bunch of quotes that I want to get to, so let me get to sharing some of them. Because some may bring some hope, or just may make you more pissed off. I don't know. We'll find out. But before I do that, we've got Kuva in the house. Hello, buddy.
How's it going, Jacob?
Oh, rolling with the punches, my friend. Just rolling with the punches. And we got punched. And then we whiffed a few times. But how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Sort of ambivalent feelings there because we're like as we were talking about before. I was predicting us to lose, but I didn't see it happening like this. This was kind of a good way to lose, if you like. It was really frustrating scoreline, but the actual performance, I thought we played some great stuff at times. Generally speaking, it was a brilliant match, but ruined by the scoreline for us. We should have scored a lot of goals. I think at the end of the day, you've got to say Villa deserve it because they could take their chances more than we could, and that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter how pretty you are on the build-up if you don't actually put the ball away. It doesn't matter. So I just think we've gone from depending on Kane in previous seasons as being our only goal scorer, Sonny chipping in occasionally, to totally reliant on Sonny scoring. If he's not doing it, it seems nobody else did. Even the CELSO's goal, it only went in because of a big deflection. So we've got a few problems there. We don't have a cutting edge regularly. This has been the same all season. But build-up play, the attacking style, the pressing, that was all there. It was great at times. Villa played their part as well, but I thought we were a better team until the last sort of 20 minutes or so. I think we kind of ran out of steam at that point. I think when Skippy came on, that was it. That was it then. But there was a lot.
Skip for Hill. That almost seemed like, all right. At that moment when I saw number 4 for number 11, I really felt like, all right, we're not playing to win here. And then we reverted back to kind of a typical looking formation with Son, Kulu, and then Brennan Johnson back on the left. And then Oliver Skip comes on and does exactly what we know Oliver Skip to do. Run around, passes to nowhere, crosses over. He's there. He's there, and you have to count him as attendance. But do you think...
He's just one of those players just doesn't look the part, does he?
No.
It's a lot of effort. He does get stuck in. That's good.
When he had Player of the Season for Norwich on there. He was on
Norwich.
Norwich.
Pretend there's no W in there at all.
Norwich.
That's better. That's
Norwich. So when he played for Norwich, he was a Player of the Season in the Championship, was instrumental in getting them brought back up, and then we recalled him from loan, and I'm thinking, all right, he's going to start taking those steps. He took a step, and then it was all backwards from there, and then he's starting to remind me of just a little bit more physical of a Harry Winks type, but maybe not even a good pass on him. Harry Winks got at least ping a ball here and there. Is it time to let go?
Harry Winks did have some outstanding games for us. I mean, Real Madrid comes to mind.
That's the only one, yeah.
But at that point, he was looking the part, Harry Winks, and then just, fell off. The wheels fell off. Injury for him completely finished him. He was never the same after. Skip as well. I suppose there was an injury with Skip, wasn't there? Just when he was getting a bit of a run. And he's just never quite got into any kind of...
He had a hernia or something, and he had to have hernia surgery, and it was like, since then...
Ever since then, it's like we're thinking, what sort of player is he? We've never really seen where he fits in. He certainly doesn't look like a defensive midfielder. He's been trying to play a box-to-box midfielder, but I'd say he lacks the quality when he gets forward and lacks some of the awareness when he's back as well. So he's full of energy, but the talent doesn't seem to be there with it. I think perhaps that season with Norwich, perhaps that is sadly his level. It can just work out that way for a lot of players. It's very rare for academy players to actually make it with their parent team and get into the first team and go somewhere. He's one of a long line of players that fits that role, which isn't just our club, but that's all clubs. It's a rare thing. You really get a gem coming out of the academies. He's just missed the ship, really, hasn't he? Missed the skip. No, he's just missed his chance. When we did have a crisis of injuries, you'd hoping he'd step up, and he just kind of didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, it's sad, but got to say it as you say it, really, haven't you? He just wasn't good.
There was something that I was on It's LB and Matt the Southern Gooner said that in regards to Spurs, what we're facing right now, every club faces at some juncture. It's about how you respond to it and how you look coming out of it. And I think at the beginning of the season, we almost set ourselves up pretty good to withstand this, because losing 3 and we're still top 5, Did you think through 13 matches in we would even be top 5? Because I didn't. Now I know that this like this hindsight way of looking at it is very easy to say, right? Like, oh, I didn't think we'd be here, so we should be proud to be here, et cetera, et cetera. But I still think, like, big picture of it all, look at how many of these names that played today, sub, start, whatever, that were here before Ange Postecoglou.
True.
And how many times have they been not good enough for us? But some of them who have not been good enough for years and years showed that there's at least a heartbeat in there, that there's not just a lifeless body getting a paycheck, that there's a something. And you know, again, when I'm falling down a cliff, I am trying to grab to whatever I can get my hands on to hold on and not keep falling down into this like negative pool of, oh, we suck again, you know, oh, we're shit again, you know. It's like, no, we're in the beginning stages of something that we're trying to build. And I think that, like, I was so pissed at full time because it's just, man, this was one of those, we could have been up 3-4 at half.
Yeah.
They could have scored twice, and then maybe we could have scored once in the second half. And it'd been a lot more fun than what we did see. And there was almost a moment where today I was like, are we playing a man down right now? When Villa was building up an attack, there was so much fucking space in the midfield, right through
the end of the game, or just generally.
It was, in the second half specifically.
I think the last 20 minutes, you could see we were just out of steam then.
We were falling down.
When you haven't got a full set of 5 reliable substitutes to bring on, it was always going to fall apart. I think in the long run, this style of football is going to give us an advantage, being able to freshen up the team with 5 subs that are quality. But we don't have those subs at the moment. We had to have 2 goalkeepers on the bench, didn't we?
2 goalkeepers on the bench and an empty seat on the bench as well.
Mm.
And I was reading on Twitter that the reason why we didn't put, say, any fucking child from the academy in there was because the deadline to put the paperwork through, we didn't meet it. That we failed to submit the paperwork to get X, Y, and Z from the academy also, in addition to Donley and Dorrington. You know, some people were very upset with Ainge afterwards because they're like, well, how the fuck could you put 2 goalkeepers on? I just, you know, jokingly I said maybe he was planning for if some, you know, if Dyer goes out there, but Royale and Davies get hurt and it's Dyer out there, put Vicario as a center back and then bring in 4. I don't know. That
he's shown he can do the sweeper job.
Yeah, he can do it.
No, it's entirely. It is just a case of you might as well have them on the bench if you haven't got anybody else to go there, haven't you? It's a bit strange. But my overall feeling of the match, though, I took far more positives out of that than negatives. I could at least see. I mean, when we were predicting the scoreline, and I said I thought Villa were going to win it 2-1, I thought that was going to be because we weren't going to be able to play the kind of football Ange wants us to play. I didn't think we'd be capable of attacking or anything. So I thought we were going to try and grind out a result. I thought, same as a lot of people, I thought Dyer was probably going to start. I thought Kulusevski would carry it on the right. So it was a lot of things did get changed up that I wasn't expecting. But the biggest one of the lot I wasn't expecting is we were playing some good football. We were really going for it at times. Playing Villa off the park in the first half, how we went in level was just beyond me. We just wasted so many chances. That's not down to the manager. That is down to players. If you haven't got a natural instinct for putting the ball away, you struggle with it at times. And it's kind of, with Kulusevski, I thought, it's that confidence thing, didn't half look like it. Doing everything right and then go to pull the trigger and hit the post when it was, should have been just an easy slide. Sonny getting himself offside. Villa are very good at catching people offside.
This was something that they did talk about on the broadcast, was Unai Emery's ability to instill this offside trap. Spurs fans are so quick. Look, big up Boris Britt says everyone forgets our entire back line was full of fullbacks. I didn't forget. No actual center backs, and not taking Sonny off. Sonny was the only one in the front that was still fucking pressing. in the 80th, 85th, 90th minute, he was still full out sprinting to the keeper to force him to do the pickup, right? Because they were trying to time waste. Sonny was still the only one with legs, so I don't think it was a mistake to keep Sonny out there. And again, I don't think that it is Sonny being Richarlison because a team, a back line, is able to implement their game plan very well. That doesn't mean that Sonny... Look, I think by his accounts and purposes, he would say I wasn't good today. I would say he wasn't good today. I would say a lot of players weren't good today. But there was moments where as a team, we were decent and we could have done something, but we failed to do it. And
I think more than decent. Some of the football was great, really great. Some of the quick passing and finding the openings for players. Bentancur in the first half changed the game when he went off. He was absolutely, he was the midfield general. He was just dictating the pace of play, picking out passes at will, killer through balls. It was like he'd never had this injury. It was sensational stuff. I think he was putting in a 9 out of 10 sort of performance till he went off. After he went off, I think we were still pretty good for most of the match. We were for big part of the second half as well. We were still the better side, but it wasn't quite the same. You knew, the gig might be up there. But some of the other positives, Bryan Hill played a game that I didn't think he was capable of playing. I still have a gripe with him, though, and that is Villa gave him all the space in the world. I think as soon as a player marks him, he's going to struggle again. So we'll have to wait and see what he does against other teams.
Yeah.
But the other bonuses, just finish. Kulusevski, I thought, looked much better playing in the middle. He was quite good running with the ball. A few things happening there. CELSO was the big standout for me when you look at the match as a whole, because I thought he was basically finished his club, nothing to offer, but he was actually pretty good running with the ball and picking out passes. He kind of took up the slack when Bentancur went off to an extent. The thing is, Bentancur for me was so much better than anybody on the pitch at that point. Nobody could really fill his shoes at that point.
That's so disappointing, man. He was starting to look like the guy we'd love, And
it's that usual hatchet man against our team, Matty Cash. He's the one that took out Matt Doherty a couple of seasons back as well. With
I do have that photo. Yeah, I do got that saved up.
No sending off in either game, was it?
No. I think it's because he's got that stupid fucking haircut that they let him play. But anyway, what do you think about this notion here? So Novagen's here. Big up Novagen says, I genuinely don't think Ainge will last long. You need to mix it up at this level. Change tactics game by game. We did. We looked a lot different than Wolves formationally and tactically. So we have changed it. But Novagen is I'm under the impression that Novagen feels like this isn't going to work out for Ainge here. Do you feel like 13 matches in that you have a definitive answer as to where Ainge can take this club?
I absolutely think we carry on playing Ange ball. Today convinced me more than ever of it. What we've got to do is find players that can actually stick the ball in the net on a regular basis. We can't be relying on only Son.
I was making this. Yeah, I was talking about that on another channel, and they were saying, would you take Tony in this squad, even though you like Son as a 9? I said, of course I would. I would love to have another option to throw in there as far as when we ask who's the best finisher. If you give him the ball at his feet in the box, any position in the box, who can score that goal the best in our squad? And I would say Son. You put an Ivan Toney in there, now you actually have a candidate worthy of creating a debate in that conversation. So I think you're absolutely spot on. We have to get another guy who can bang goals, because Kulusevski's not clinical, Bryan Hill's not clinical, Brennan Johnson's not clinical.
Kulusevski's so frustrating though. What happened to that player that first arrived? The one who was banging in goals for fun and making assists for fun.
I think it was vanished. Well, someone asked me this on another show I was on earlier. They said, but Kulusevski came in and he was where does that player gone? Is it because of injury? And I said, no, it's because when he came in, people were like, okay, well, let me see what you can do. He showed them what he can do. And then they say, okay, let me game plan against that. Let me be prepared for these moves. And then once they do that, now Kulusevski's duty is to take that and elevate his game. And I thought today, in the role he was playing. That, I mean, I know at one moment he did push up and he was kind of like a second striker alongside Son, at least on the defensive shape. But in the build-up play, I kind of liked him having that free role almost, and really just I almost thought a few times Brennan Johnson and Porro got in each other's way a little bit. But Kulusevski, I don't want to see him as a winger personally anymore. I don't think he possesses what I would like to see. I liked seeing the ability to stretch the pitch. And there was a moment I remember in the second half where Kulusevski had all the fucking space in the world. It was the corner on our own end from Aston Villa, and they played it out to Kulusevski. Bro, just run. And he did until everybody caught up to him. And it's that frustrates me so much about him. But overall, I thought that he was actually all right today.
Yeah, he looked more comfortable playing that role than he did trying to play as an out-and-out winger than in previous matches, that's for sure. So, big up Ellie, by the way.
Yeah, big up Ellie every single time, the Queen of North London.
Drunk Vigo saying, I can see the pain in Kuva's face. No, actually, mate, that is genuine pain. I'll get a really bad knee pain, so I'm kind of gritting my teeth a bit at the moment.
Drunk Vigo was the one asking for you. They said, "Where's Kuva? He needs to hold." They're a Liverpool fan, so they've been waiting. This is the thing. The whole world's been manifesting our downfall, Kuva, and they're getting what they want, you know?
Yeah. I like Drunk Vigo anyway. He's always, even when it's banter, it's good comments. He's always good to have in the chat. There's a few like that we get. But yeah, you got to, overall, I think, going back to the match, it is what it is. We were playing with 4 fullbacks at the back. Yeah. We didn't really have anybody on the bench that was going to come and dramatically change things up. Sure, you could say, bring on Donley, see how he does, but maybe he's not quite ready yet. Maybe he came on and he disappointed. That wouldn't have been the great experience for him either, would it? The fact is, we created a lot of chances. There was nothing wrong with our approach play. We just didn't take them. Sometimes you shrug and just say, well, that's football, but this was so frustrating. I cannot remember the last time I've been so frustrated with a result as I have been today, because we played well. There was some great football being played. Chances galore. Then I had some as well, true. But it could have been one of those games we won 5-4 and we'd be talking about it for weeks, how great it was. Didn't work out. So I think we're looking good for the future anyway, because all these players that went out, and I was saying myself, that's pretty much ends our dreams of doing anything this season. When he got the Romero, Van der Ven, Maddison out, there are players stepping up now. It's not as bad as it looked maybe a couple of weeks ago. Results come and go. This is a rocky patch for us now. I think we should have won today, but we didn't. I'm not going to say we deserve to win, because if you don't take your chances, you don't deserve it. It's all part of the game, isn't it? So, like I said earlier, there are far too many positives to take out of this one. Even when you look at Emerson Royale playing as a centre back, I thought he wasn't terrible. He was okay.
On the preview,
Davis had more trouble. Well, Davis isn't really a centre back either. The biggest problem I thought we had with the defence was Davis having to mark Pau Torres. Pau Torres is about 2.5 feet taller than him, isn't he? Yeah. It showed in the end. But I'm okay with it. I was really frustrated, sort of kicking things about at the end of the game. But when I settled down, I thought, you know what? It's just a bit of a bad day at the office in terms of finishing, but you could see the path forward. There's Ange ball happening there.
Yeah, there's something happening here. And I know it looks like we're drowning, but this is a whirlpool. It's meant to give us that illusion here. Big up Patty Hartnett. Says, evening, gents. We will have a lot of lows before we have the highs until Ainge gets his own team. A loss next week, and then we have a decent run of winnable games. Look, everyone and their mother's saying loss is imminent. Loss. It is 1,000% written in the stars. We do not go to the Etihad and get anything. Kuva, do you think we could go to the Etihad next week and get some?
put it this way, I've seen nothing from Manchester City this season that's made me think they are some unbeatable, force of nature. Never rule it out. It's football. If the likes of Crystal Palace can go and get results there in previous seasons, or Brentford do it, or something like that, why not for us? We are under strength at the moment. That's the problem. I think that's probably what's going to see us lose it in the end, to be honest. But you never know. You're going to need some luck if you go into the Etihad anyway. We'd need everything. It's like the talk about going for the title when we're on a run. You need everything to go your way, and we saw brutally against Chelsea everything explode around us. It's just like I said, 3 wheels of the wagon came off in one game. You can't go there thinking this is an easy 1 point, easy point to take away if we do this or if we do that. So I think we just go to the Etihad, do what we do, play an attacking game, and see what Ange can do there with players missing as well. See if which players shine and which don't, because we are building something here, and it's a good time to find out about some of the fringe players and what they can do when they're not relying on some of the bigger names. So it's still going to be interesting.
Yeah, look, there's still a lot of season left, so I think whatever hope you may have had for us is still there. Maybe not as omnipresent as before. But real quick, I do want to get through some of these quotes. We are over an hour. There's over 90 of y'all across all 3 platforms. Make sure you are hitting a like. It's absolutely free. Partake in the poll. I see 82 votes, 60 likes. That's 22 folks who don't want to see us thrive. Don't know why, but go ahead and live that life if you so choose. But get your opinions heard in the poll. I see 41% says it is what it is. Too many injuries. Just kind of, it is what it is. We're rolling with the punches, and like Kuva said, like I've said, I really feel like that there are some things to hinge upon and say, look, I like that part, I didn't like this. Let's keep cutting away, trimming, and shaping this bonsai tree that is our squad. At the end of the day, we got to figure out who can ride or die for the team and who just dies for the team. But we'll get there one step at a time, in my opinion. Real quick, I do want to get through some of these quotes. So ANGE POSTECOGLOU says, quote, "The outcome is disappointing for the fans and the players. The players did a great job in playing the way we want to play football, but it's about fine margins. We were up against a good Villa side, and I thought some of our football is as good as it's been all year." Do you agree with that, Kuva? Do you think he's just waffling?
No, I totally agree. Totally agree. Some of the passing movements were absolutely fantastic. We were creating chances at will against Villa. Like I said, particularly when Bentancur was on the pitch, he was head and shoulders above everybody. Looked that sort of player that just before he got injured, he was playing some sensational football for us at that point as well. Yeah. It's like he's never really lost his mojo as he is come back firing. All good stuff. Just got to hope that this injury isn't serious. I think that's the big worry, isn't it? Trying to think if it was the same leg he injured in the first place.
It's same leg, but it was to the ankle.
Oh, so it was ankle that was it. Oh, okay, no problem. Still can be bad. You can't tell.
Yeah, because if you look, I've got it somewhere around here. Oh, by the way, look at this. Christian Romero, he's taking notes.
Yeah, that's right.
He's not gonna forget who fucking did that. He was pissed. I have the imagery of it somewhere. No, these are Sun quotes. More Romero. Wait, here we go. No, what the heck is that? I didn't bookmark this. What happened to my bookmarks? Hang on. All right, here we go. I don't know why it messed with me like that.
I think I saw a video just a second. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. So this is the one on Matt Doherty. As you can see, a nice little 45-degree turn in his ligament. God dang it. Why did it refresh? Oh, hang on a second. Let's do this there.
One thing's for sure, there are some players that all fans will hate from another team. Matty Cash is one of the prime ones of my ire whenever I see him. I think he's just a dirty little
Dirty
player.
ass, yeah, dirty little player, man. And look, so if you look at the contact, you can.
On the other hand, I would have loved playing in the same team as him.
He's such a little. Oh my god, I mean, he makes me so mad, honestly. Big up Undertow in the house. I see a big up Ed Sweeting, big up Benji, big up Insman. I see all y'all. Just don't want to make this stream go on too long. My wife's been solo dolo with the child, so I am trying to run through a few things. But look, this contact here, you can see this is his back ankle. It gets kind of turned like this. So it was his ankle, not his knee. So that might be okay. Yeah, Romero's got to meet Matty Cash in the parking lot. Come on now. Hey, Basuma too. I hope everyone's taking their notes on Matty Cash next time we see his ass. I need to see 2 Matty Cashes. One half over here, one half over there.
Absolutely.
Big up Philly as well. Says if Kulu and Udogi score those, quote, sitters, it's a different game. Still can't believe they both missed them. Udogi, I don't blame him too much. He did a great job at corralling that ball in the first place, looking like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but then unfortunately looked like Musa Sissoko with the finish. So I don't blame him too much. I do blame Kulu. That's your fucking job, my guy. Go out there and get them goals. But hey, it's okay. Look, let me see what else, other quote I wanted to read for y'all before we round out. Look, this guy, he's fugazi as hell, says 4 defeats in a row, counting City next week. Pressure has to be on Ainge now.
Yeah. You can't
was the pressure not? Was the pressure not already on him?
Yeah, but you can't avoid it. It's a results-based industry. So if you're managing one of the big clubs and you lose 4 in a row, pressure's on.
Yeah.
I think his job's perfectly safe. I think he could lose the next 4 as well, and they would still be safe because people understand context. Does Levy? I think he might be learning his lesson, but you don't pull the trigger too early. Some things you've just got to let them develop, let them brew. And if you know you haven't got all of your players there, you've got to accept that. I mean, Ange would have talked to Levy about the state of the bench. You know, the fact that those players are on there, 2 goalkeepers, spare seat. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, I agree. Big up Swimmaster. Sorry, I gotta use the restroom. Kuva, could you hold it down for like 30 seconds while I just use the restroom?
Yeah, sure. I'll
leave you on a tweet. There you go. Here's Alistair Gold. Wait, I can't read that, can you? There you go.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So sorry.
No problem. So you're saying Postecoglou saying, yeah, again, the outcome is obviously disappointing. Disappointing for our fans and particularly disappointing for our players, because I felt that the players we had out there did a fantastic job playing the football we want to play. On any other day, it's probably, and then it's going to continue. So I think it would be along the lines of any other day. It's going to be a win, isn't it? Because we failed to put away the chances. That is the basic analysis of what happened there. I know there's people going to be saying, you know, dreadful result, manager's rubbish. I'm not buying into any of that. Look at context. Look at who we're playing. They've been a pretty good team themselves. They're resolute. They play that offside trap brilliantly. And I saw plenty of performances out there that are really encouraging. Is that the team that I'm expecting to see us have in 2 years' time when Ange has been here that long? No, of course not. So we're going on bare bones of a squad that he hasn't really had to been able to assemble yet. So no problem from my point of view. You look at some of the players that are playing out of position. I'll single out Emerson Royal, for example. I don't rate him. I think he's a really bad footballer, but he was okay today. He put himself about. Got out of position a few times, no problem, mate. So got out of position a few times, but he was doing an okay job for us. Ben Davis again, having to come in. He didn't have a great game, but he was kind of steady until he was just out-muscled by a much bigger player for the goal. You look at some of the others. I think Porro and Doggy both had good games, getting forward very, very well. It kind of just all fizzled out in the end, didn't it? We're running out of steam, and it's a problem with squad depth. We didn't think it was going to be this telling, though, at this point of the season, because nobody anticipated this level of injuries and suspensions.
That's a very good point. Look, I do want to say big up to everybody in the house. Tough one today. It was absolutely a tough one today, but I want to say big up everyone who has hit a like on this video. I see 67 likes. Big up and thank you for that. Swim Master asking the question, how far the channel is from 3K exactly. 9 subscribers. We are down to single digits on the road to 3K. So big up to everyone who has subscribed and liked the video. Absolutely free, costs nothing to do to support the channel and all the stuff that we do here. So big up Kuva. Thank you for joining me. I do wish I could go longer. Unfortunately, my son did not take a nap. So I'm going to... I don't get to ramble on for hour and hour.
We can't do a 3-hour show every time. No, it's good. We covered a lot though. Anyway, I think general feeling from me is around the fans. We understand that it was frustrating, but we still think we're going in the right direction. Most of us believe we still got the right manager and can see where we're going with things. So, although some people obviously need a lot more convincing yet.
Yeah. And, you know, my final thoughts here is going to be this. 3 losses. Okay. 4 losses has not happened yet. So let's not operate under the assumption we've already lost next week. Because I guarantee in that locker room, the players, if they adopt the mindset of our fan base, shit, we may as well just go ahead and pack up 10th place right now. You know what I mean? And I'm thankful that they don't take up the mindset of some of our fans. Because for me, if I'm that player, who's to say we can't go to the Etihad and fucking shock the world? We already shocked the world for 10 weeks. Why not?
We've been beating them in recent seasons, playing worse football. So,
yeah, I guess the one thing that I would say before wrapping up in that regard, hi boo boo, I see you. Is I fucking forgot. Oh, that I kind of said it at the beginning of the show, is that with City in the past, when we do beat them and get good results, is because we sit back and then we catch them on a counter with the quality that we have. Whereas this time, I think we're going to say, fuck it, meet me in the middle of the park, and we're going to go at it. And we're going to give them opportunities to score. That might be the difference as to why we don't.
It could be a spectacular loss, but then again, it could.
We could get a 4-4 Chelsea versus, you know, they had a 4-4. What's to say we can't?
Exactly.
Yeah, but big up everybody who has tuned in. I also want to say special thank you to LFC Aaron for the first super chat, and then Bayesian Reds coming in with the big donation to the channel here. So big up Bayesian Reds as well. I do appreciate that, and I appreciate every single one of you in the chat, even if you didn't send a super chat, because being here, chatting, hitting a like, subscribe, sharing this video with your mother, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your nephew, your niece, everybody want to watch United Spurs of America. So come on now. Share the video. It's all free. All of that helps the channel grow. And then you know what? Maybe next time I'm talking to you, I'll be saying thank you so much for 3K. Or I'll be saying, come on, you jerks, quit unsubbing and get me to 3K. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But you know what? I do want to say first and foremost, again, thank you, Kuva, joining me. Always makes me feel better just to bounce off the ideas and kind of what I saw with somebody else and get some other perspective here. And look, we can have open air therapy with each other, and it's not the end of the world just because we've had 3 bad results, predictable 4 bad results. But the 4th hasn't happened yet, and until it does, I'm not going to be upset about it.
And even if it does, which is, let's face it, it's the likely outcome. I think you got to be have a real gambling problem to put any serious money on us winning that one.
But I think a cheeky $5 could probably net you about $50 or something. Come on.
Yeah, could be worth it. Could be worth it. If you're having a few drinks or something, yeah, why not? Yeah, I think you've got to look at the longer picture. We had this incredible run at the start of the season, which none of us was expecting. And I remember saying at the start, I was thinking, if we get 8th place and just start developing a way of playing football that's worth watching for next season, I would have been happy. So we're in a good spot right now. We've had the crisis in injuries and suspensions. They won't last forever. The team will come back. We'll be back on the rails. And in the meantime, I saw a lot of encouragement today, even though the result was bad. I'm quite cool with things. I'm chilled about it. If we can make some of these new recruitments and the backroom staff get some work out of them for January and add to this team, I think we can do some good things towards the end of the season. There's an entire FA Cup left to play for that we haven't even played the first game yet. There's something.
Oh, there you go. I forgot about the FA Cup.
And if we just make any kind of Europe for next season, it'll be a decent enough season. I think we might struggle to hold the points, accrue enough points up until Christmas to keep in a top 4 race. Unfortunately, I think the likes of Newcastle might just pick up and pip us to it. Don't see Villa staying there, but us and Villa will be pushing certainly. Who knows though? If we do manage to grab a few victories and a few points in here and there till Christmas, and we get the squad back together January, no reason why we can't put in another great run and then snatch a top 4 place. Who knows where we'll be at that point.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know. The book is still unwritten. Shout out Casey Cole. I don't know who sang that song. There's something about, the rest is still unwritten. Some shit like that. The rest is still unwritten, Kuva. Nothing is final until the whistle is blown. And guess what? City is another juncture for us to go ahead and try to conquer. But look, I am redirecting you on over to the Hotspur Hippie. I see that he's still live. Don't know for how much longer, but go on over there, hit a like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the Hotspur Hippie yet, do that ASAP. But I am sending people his way, so hopefully he doesn't end off right now, but he might. He's been live longer than me, but hey, we move. Make sure you hit a like. Make sure you hit a subscribe before you leave. Again, 9 subs away from 3K, so big up to all of y'all who have helped make that a reality. I do appreciate y'all. Again, thank you as well to LFC Aaron and Bayesian Reds TV for the big donos to the channel. So thank you so much for that. That is going to do it for episode number 101. I hope it was going to be a more happy occasion, but guess what? You can't make me feel too bad about my club because I love them. And you know what? We go again. That's just that. I didn't have real expectations for this season other than let's just fucking go for it. And that's what we've been doing. Even down 9 men, we've been going for it. So let's continue to go for it. I hope you'll have a great rest of your day.
A boxer that has a bad round doesn't just throw the towel in straight away, do they?
You come back out swinging. Ain't that right, Kuva?
That's right.
Big up, everybody. So as always, stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Next week against City, hopefully we get the dub.
United Spurs of America with your host